Welcome to the PSQSPS channel. In this series of videos, we discuss what are the key important areas which is coming with AI test automation. In the last video, we discussed how we can integrate GitHub Copilot into the PyCharm IDE and how we can execute them with the use of GitHub Copilot. In today's lesson, let's see how we can integrate the Playwright MCP server into a PyCharm IDE and how we can execute the written test scripts with the help of GitHub Copilot, which is blended with MCP server, that is Playwright MCP server. And not only that, let's see how we can fix the erroneous codes and how we can debug the erroneous codes which is written on top of that PyCharm IDE and how we can simplify them and how we can generate the documentations, and that sort of things will be discussed during this video. Let's jump into our IDE. I will open up my PyCharm IDE, and here I need to install the MCP server plugin here. So in that case, you have to go to settings and in plugins, here you just type MCP server here. This is the icon which is coming with MCP server. So I have already installed this MCP server plugin, and that is very straightforward. You just click on that install button here, then that will be automatically getting installed in your local IDE. Once that is installed, what you have to do here is there is another couple of activities you need to carry out. Under these tools, you can see model context protocol that has to be available once that particular MCP server plugin is installed. So if you click on that model context protocol item, you can see this page. In the top of this page, you can see the configure button here. You just click on that button and that will open up with this JSON file. By default, commented a piece of code is available. So then you will have to replace this piece of code with Playwright MCP related JSON string. So how we can get that string in the sense, you just Google it like Playwright MCP, search for this one and go to this website. That will direct you to the GitHub repository, and if you scroll down a little bit, you can see this piece of JSON string. You just copy this and replace this entire string like this. Okay, and save it, and that's it. And then you just simply close this open file. And another thing that you have to focus here is, like, again, go to the settings in the MCP context protocol. You can see this button as well, allowed modules. You just click whatever the LLMs that you need to referring to. So I will select these things. So why? Because this Playwright MCP will interact with GitHub Copilot in the agent mode. So that GitHub Copilot will use these LLMs to generate the contents. That is the purpose of having these AI model selection options. So you just select whatever the LLM models that you need to use into this exercise. So I will simply select these things and click on the save. That's it. And I will jump back to my IDE again, and so I will show you the magic of these things. So if you click on this GitHub Copilot icon, please make sure that you keep on logging into the GitHub all the time, otherwise that suggestions will not be appear. So okay, now I'll right click on this script, and you just go to this GitHub Copilot, and here you can see number of options are there. So if you focus on the initially written script like this, and this is the same script that I have used in my previous video, and browser is opened, and you can see I have navigated to this particular URL, and I will print this page title and that sort of things. This is the steps that I have followed. So if I at the bottom of this script, I have closed down the browser. That is the basic steps that I have followed. So let me right click on this script and go to the GitHub Copilot and select this simplify this option. And if you focus on the GitHub Copilot chat window, you can see that will suggest the simplified version of the same script. So if you click on this one, if you copy this one and paste it in your the same script, if you compare these things, the GitHub Copilot have simplified the my original script by removing particular steps, unwanted steps. So here they have removed these printing things and kind of things. Why? Because that is not mandatory for us to continue with this writing this script without these steps also. My particular script will be running. That is what they have removed this part. So that is, in that way they have simplified my entire code. That is another benefit that we can get out of this GitHub Copilot, which is running along with the Playwright MCP. So okay, let me jump into my original version of this script. Okay, I will, yeah. Now let me right click on this same script, and again I will select the generate docs option. So if you click on this one, again you have to focus on the GitHub Copilot chat window. Yeah, so that will generate the documentation part on behalf of us. That is what they have written. So they have commented each and every important lines in these scripts. Therefore, it is very much easy for us to write the documentation and handling the other tasks when we are writing the test scripting. So all these things have been done on behalf of us automatically. That means the documentation is already been done, and they have simplified the code. That sort of things are done within a few seconds without taking much effort. So the next thing that I need to highlight here is, again you just right click on the same script, and if you click on the generate tests option, then again you have to focus on the GitHub Copilot chat window, that will create number of test cases by baselining our original script like this. So the related test cases are also being generated automatically. Then we don't want to worry about writing the related test and all. So if these tests are applicable for our original intention, then we can straight away make use of these tests into our test automation scripts. So you can see the login with empty credentials test cases being added, and login with invalid URL. That sort of scenarios are covered along with this test script. So if you need to write more and more in-depth test cases, you just request that sort of things in this request area, so that GitHub Copilot chat window will generate that sort of test cases as well based on your request. Now again I will jump into my script and let's see, focus on the remained option here. So the fix this option. So let me create one error, put one here deliberately, with the purpose of making an error intentionally. So here, if you run this script once, so you can see one error is given. Why? Because there is a typo in here. So if you want to get this fixed, you just click on the GitHub Copilot and fix this. You just select that option. If you focused on the GitHub Copilot chat window, so that will fix the erroneous codes. So here they have removed that one part in here. That is the complete code they have debugged. So just a matter of copying these things and pasting in our script. So now we have a cleaned test script without any error. That is another benefit that we can get with the help of GitHub Copilot, which is functioning with the help of Playwright MCP. Okay. Now the last option that we are having is explain this. So if you select whatever the areas that is not clear to you, you just highlight that and you just click on GitHub Copilot explain this option. In the chat window, you can see each and every steps in this script will be clearly explained. So you can see very good explanations are given by baselining each and every steps in this test script. That is another advantage that we can get out of this Playwright MCP. So those are the beautiful things that we can get as an benefits. Likewise, you can get that sort of benefits by using the MCP server as in agent mode. In the upcoming videos, let's see how we can generate automated test cases based on the prompts that we are prompting into our GitHub Copilot. See you in the next video. Thank you.